Hello my darlings, I hope you're all doing very well. Sorry for the jump scare, sorry for the face. I have a fake tan coming off of my face, if that makes sense. I think it's like day 3 of having this fake tan on, and you know when it gets all like crusty and just like your face looks a bit messy, and like I could not be bothered to scrub my face before filming this because I'm just gonna put makeup over the top, so like what's the point, right? I'm just gonna look dirty for a minute. Excuse that. So in today's video I will just be doing a get ready with me type video, even though I'm not going anywhere. I don't go anywhere nowadays. But, you know, it's just fun to sit here, put my makeup on, talk with you. Before I do start talking to you, first of all, get comfy, get cozy, get your snacks and your beverages. I also want to check in with you, make sure you're doing okay, what's going on in your life, anything good, anything bad. Sound off down below, literally just anything. Let me know how you're doing. I love reading the comments on these types of videos because I just want to know how you're doing, you know? Like I sit here and talk about myself, you know, in true YouTuber form, but I want to know how you're doing. I need to put on some moisturizer. I am using the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Oil Control Moisturizer. I don't mind this. It's pretty good. I am an oily bitch. I am quite a greasy bitch. To put it politely, I guess. I have got a fat ass mirror for today. Look at, like, why have I got this? I don't know. I needed one. Because I had a Beetlejuice one. I don't know if you'll remember that from previous videos. Autofocus, I don't think so. I just decided to just not focus on my face. Yeah, I had a Beetlejuice one, right? As you may have seen in my previous makeup videos. And I smashed it. I like full on, come on. So I couldn't get any on my nail. Yeah, smashed it. So that was fun. So I need a new one, and I couldn't find like a fancy one that I really liked, like the Beetlejuice one. So I got a massive one from Amazon. I didn't realise it was going to be this big, to be honest with you. It's like one of those hairdressing ones, like, you know, when you go to the hairdresser and they're like, take a look at the back of your head kind of situation, and I'm like, yeah, you know, like, it's freaking huge. Oh, I'm so thirsty, but I cannot drink because it'll be struggle town for me straight away. So let's do a health update first of all, get that out of the way, because I have had quite a few messages and comments saying, you know, how's the Botox going? Are you burping freely? What's the deal with it? How are you feeling? I want to do my eyebrows first, which I know is stupid, but I use this is it Refi? Whatever, I'm just going to comb my eyebrows up. But I'm going to quickly do this first instead of doing my base. So this is like the brow sculpt thing. It's white, and when I first tried it I was just like, oh lord, it's gonna make my eyebrows white and pasty and crispy, but it's actually pretty good. I dye my eyebrows black to match my hair. My hair is staying black when I don't want it to. So basically my hair has changed a lot recently, because I was blonde, then I was like auburn, then it was like a red colour, and then it was like a purple colour, and then it was dark brown, and then the red tones kept coming through. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put like a demi-permanent or semi-permanent blue black over my hair to get rid of the warm tones, because the blue cancels out the red, kind of, right? And I was hoping it would have faded a lot quicker, because I want my hair to be like a dark brown. But it's still black, so it hasn't completely faded, which, whatever, you know, I've had black hair many times before. It's not a big issue for me. I just realised I was going to talk about my health situation, right, and I've already started talking about something else. Why can't I, like, talk like a normal person and tell a story? I'm not a good storyteller, can you tell? So yeah, that's why my hair's like black at this point, and I still have my hair extensions in, but I did cut them quite short not a while back. Got hair attached to me now. I think I've put too much of this on. I've just been too busy nattering away. But yeah, I've still got my extensions in. I love a spiky brow moment. I know it's like, I don't know, some people don't like the spiky brow. I love the like spiky stuck to forehead brow. And because I have somewhat big eyebrow, kind of big eyebrows, because I never fell victim of the over plucking. Because I am a kid of the 90s, and a few of the people I went to like school with and what have you, they kind of fell victim to that because they started plucking their eyebrows early, and they kind of were in the trend of the thin eyebrows, do you know what I mean? But I left my eyebrows alone until I was like 24 24, I think, was the first time I ever started doing stuff with my eyebrows. Like, I never even wore eyebrow makeup until I was like 24, because I didn't even know it was a thing, to be honest with you. So I'm quite lucky in the fact that I have naturally kind of bigger eyebrows. Not like huge, but you know, there's hair there. I think I might need to put a bit more cream in this one. Anyway, what was I saying? So I've talked about my hair. I've talked about everything that I didn't want to talk about straight away, which is great. This video already is a disaster. Okay, that's enough. Let's just stop. Let's stop now before I do any damage. Right, back to the freaking Botox situation. I'm so sorry. So for those that don't know, quick recap, I have a condition called r-cpd, which means I can't burp, which I know doesn't sound so serious, but I get a lot of side effects because of it. And as I've got older, it's got a lot worse. And since October, November time, when I started taking medication for heartburn, you know, I took like actual medication from the doctors. I was on something called omeprazole. I never know how to say it. And then I'm now on lansoprazole. Both have caused havoc with my r-cpd. Heartburn, completely fine now. Oh my god, it's like amazing what that medication can do. I feel so much better in that front. But now, because my r-cpd is so much worse, I'm in struggle town basically, and I've never been able to burp. I've had this condition the whole of my life, and the treatment for it was Botox in my throat muscle that doesn't work, that allows you to burp, right? And the Botox is meant to relax that muscle, and then you can burp, and then you're meant to feel so much better. And it was a private healthcare situation, so it was kind of expensive. It was like £850, and I was very wary about doing it. And it worked for about 2 weeks. Like, I felt different for about, well, I didn't feel different, but you know, I started to have different bodily functions for about 2 weeks. I had popping at the back of my throat. I did quite a few little micro burps, and I did film some of them. I will leave a link down below to the vlog where I got the treatment, right? If you want to see that, or if you haven't seen it, want to see more, what have you. The last burp that I actually did was the one that I filmed. Oh my god. You're meant to see like the final results within about a month. Normally, some people do, you know, start burping randomly after about 3 months of having the Botox, but I don't think that's going to be happening for me. And sadly, yeah, I've had nothing since that last burp I recorded, but I've had nothing. No burps. It's just completely gone. Like, I had a tiny little bit of success. And even the burps that I did do, like the tiny little micro burps, I'm going to be using... Okay, anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Superstay Powder Foundation. This is my go-to at the moment, because liquid foundation, I just don't like it. I always try so hard to like liquid foundation, right? And I just don't like it. I don't know what shade this is. What shade are we? This is shade 40. This is my tan colour, obviously. I'm normally the lightest shade. What was I saying? Yeah, even the burps that I did do, like the tiny little micro burps, they didn't offer any relief at all. So I still had the r-cpd symptoms. I need to do, you know, big regular burps that people do when they drink like loads of fizzy drink or whatever. And that's what I need to do to stop all my symptoms. I've just realised why I probably should have done my eyebrows first now, because I'm going to get powder all in them and it's going to be an absolute mess. So after I stopped vlogging the whole, you know, recovery of the Botox or whatever, I just felt worse when it comes to the r-cpd symptoms. Like, I just felt like I was constantly suffocating on air, because I would have the burps come up further than they would normally, but they wouldn't come out, and I just have all this air just sitting like here for so long. And like eating and drinking is miserable no matter what for me lately, but it was so much worse. It seems to have calmed down now, but I think that's more due to the fact that I just can't eat that much anymore. I'm going to do a quick trigger warning for disordered eating. It's not an eating disorder, it's because of my health conditions, but I'm going to be talking about disordered eating, weight loss, and all of that. I will do a timestamp to skip that in case that's triggering to anyone. I don't want to upset anyone, of course, so I just want to do a timestamp. I haven't in the past, and I've had a couple of comments saying you should do a trigger warning, which I do apologise if I did trigger anyone. That's never my intention. But yeah, just giving you your moment's notice now. I'm going to be using a blush, which is the Doll Beauty Pretty Fly blush, and it's called Take Me to the Beach. I quite like this because it's a lovely sort of peachy, pinky colour. It's quite warm toned and it's nice when you're tanned or pale, because I obviously have used this when I've been pale too. But it just adds some colour to my cheeks so I don't look, you know, dead. So yeah, I haven't really noticed. The only place I can notice that I've lost weight is in my face, just by looking back at older videos from before, you know, my r-cpd got worse. But I've noticed that I've lost weight in my face, but then I'm like, well, maybe it's because I'm not eating as much. You know, I do, or did, have quite a high salt diet, if that makes sense. I love salty food so much. So I think like I had a lot of like water retention maybe in my face and that from like a salty diet. So I've definitely like lost weight in my like face and stuff. I think I can't really notice, like, because you know when most people lose weight, they, you know, their clothes start to get baggy or whatever. Well, I wear oversized stuff. Like everything of mine is oversized. My jogging bottoms are always like a size too big just because I love super baggy clothes. So I haven't really noticed my clothes not fitting right because all my t-shirts are always oversized. So like I haven't noticed that. I haven't had to buy like a whole new wardrobe or whatever. My leggings, I think, are the only things that I've been a bit like, oh, these are a bit looser than normal. But then I'm like, well, I've had these leggings for a while, so maybe I just need new leggings. You know, like leggings get a bit stretched out after a while. But I have weighed myself and I've lost 24 pounds at this point. Yeah, 24 pound. And that's really amped up since I got the Botox, because I just like eating is just way more miserable than I thought I was unwell before the Botox. Like my life was miserable, couldn't do much or anything, couldn't eat much. But after having this Botox, I didn't think it'd get worse, but it got worse. And I'm still in that point, and there's something else going on with me now. Like, I know, Lawrence, just freaking hell. Well, one reason why I haven't uploaded a video in like, I don't know how many days it is now, probably like 2 weeks at this point. I've just been feeling so crap, just mentally and physically. Like last week I had Shark Week, period, whatever you want to call it, right? And that always knocks me out for a couple of days. And I was just like, ugh. You know, like I had illness, r-cpd situation, and cramp. And I'm just so over feeling crap all the time. Like we're, 6 months into this now of me feeling awful, if not more. It's a lot. Every day I wake up, I'm like, oh, I just can't be arsed. You know, like I just want to stay in bed, and I have been. I'm just like not lazy because it's like for a reason. Lazy, yeah, sure, whatever, right? I haven't wanted to do anything. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to film. So that's where I've been at. I've just been feeling crap. And now something else is happening since like Friday, I want to say, maybe Thursday, and that is like my appetite. It's just not there anymore. I think Saturday it got worse. So like Thursday, Friday, I was like, oh, I could eat, and I did eat. But then, like, I ate my, like, one small meal of the day, and then that was it. I didn't have any desire to eat anymore. And, like, throughout this whole 6 months, I've eaten, like, one meal a day, if I'm lucky to. And I still had the desire to eat. You know, I still was like, oh, if I could eat right now, I definitely would eat, like, a cookie or crisps or a snack or something. But there was no room in me because I had so much air in me. But at the minute, like, yesterday was awful. At the minute, the only thing I've been fancying eating is salad. Right, so it's not really a salad, it's like chicken, lettuce, cucumber, some cold pasta, you know, you get in these pots, like a deli pasta or whatever. I'd have a scoop of that, some cheese and some potato, and I've eaten that for the past like 3 days because that's pretty much all I fancied eating. And I made that again yesterday, and I ate like 1/3 of it, and I was just like, I cannot eat anymore. I don't know what's wrong. I just don't feel hungry. I feel like right now I feel like I'm not full up, I just feel uncomfortable in my stomach. I don't know what it is. And like even drinking is making me feel awful, so I haven't had a drink yet. My mouth is so freaking dry, but I was like, I have to film. Like I need to do my job. I can't take like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks off. You know, like who gets to do that? Nobody. Anyone in like a normal society doesn't get to take weeks and weeks and weeks off because they don't want to eat. Well, it's not that I don't want to eat, I want to eat. But my stomach's like, no, not today. So I'm hoping maybe today will be different. I don't know. I might start to feel a bit better in that. Is the lighting gone? No, I'm further away. That's why it looks darker to me. Anyway, so I'm just dabbing this brush on my face now. So I don't know what that's about. I'm keeping my eye on it, if that makes sense. If it goes into like a 2 week thing, then obviously I'll have to go to doctor, which I don't want to do. I don't like my doctor at all. Not the one that I saw for my r-cpd, that was the specialist, but I mean like my regular doctor, because I just don't like regular doctors. Okay, I'm going to do some highlight now. I'm using the Makeup Obsession Mega Honey highlight. It's like a golden tone. It's nice. Oh god, I nearly dropped this one as well. A nice highlighter when you are bronzed, or should I say orange in my case. So yeah, like the whole weight loss thing isn't like the worst thing to happen. I think this is the only positive, because like, you know, your girl definitely put on some weight, especially since I've moved here in with Tom, because me and Tom, I mean Tom's, you know, is like how I used to be, just loves to eat food, right? So we would eat a lot. We would eat a lot when we first moved here, and we had so many more options of food and what have you, because like we live in a bigger town. So we took full advantage of all the food that's here, you know. So weight loss, I'm not worried about that, to be honest with you, at the minute. Like if I obviously become underweight or whatever, you know, that's when I need to worry. But obviously it's not the healthiest way of losing weight ever, you know, eating one small meal a day. And obviously I don't promote it, trust me. You do not want to feel how I feel every day. I don't want anyone being like, oh my god, you're so lucky. You know, it seems to be so easy for you to lose weight right now because you're not hungry. Trust me, I would rather be back where I was 6 months ago than feel how I feel right now. You know, like I'm not in a good place at all. I wouldn't wish what I'm going through on literally anyone apart from, you know, paedophiles and horrible people. But yeah, I mean, it's a miserable existence. I don't say, like, I used to be that person that's like, oh, I never go outside, but like literally now I literally do not go outside. The only time I go out is to get my nails done, because that's like a 2-3 hour appointment, whatever. I can do that without eating. You know, I get up, I go to my nail appointment, come home, eat, lay down, and I'll go to my hairdresser to get my hair extensions pushed up, because again, that's a 2 hour appointment. I come home, I eat, that's it, I'm good. But obviously they're not all the time. I just don't go out. The only other time I go out is to do food shopping with Tom, and then we might go and see his parents here and there or whatever, you know. Like 2-3 weeks ago I went and saw his parents and my auntie in the same day. But another thing that is making me feel worse is talking. So like when I went to my auntie's house and then Tom's parents' house like 2 weeks ago, and we were out for like 5-ish hours or whatever, when I come home and ate, there was already so much air inside of me that I could barely eat. You know, like I'm just like, I cannot win, you know. So like today I'm obviously already going through this, whatever's happening with me not wanting to eat, and the fact that I'm sitting here talking, maybe I probably won't eat today. I don't know. No, I'll obviously try and eat something, but it's just really uncomfortable for me right now. What do I need to do? I need to fill in my eyebrows with some colour, I believe. I'm using the Revolution XX Faux Brow in the shade Deep Brown. I just like to put it in there to darken my brows up a wee bit, because as you may know, I did get my brows microbladed last summer, and obviously when I got that done my hair was a lot lighter, so the microblading is a lot lighter than my actual hair. But I can't do anything about that. I cannot get tattooed at the minute because I cannot eat, and you know, I'm not going to be that person that sits here and says to everyone, you know, if anyone ever asks me for advice when it comes to getting tattooed, I'm always like, make sure you have a good meal beforehand, make sure you have snacks, make sure you have a decent drink, and I can't do that. So I'm not going to go to a tattoo appointment and, you know, not eat, not drink, and, you know, get tattooed and then potentially feel ill, potentially pass out. Like, that's just not good, you know? And I wouldn't want to do that to a tattoo artist anyway, because they always say on, like, the consent form things, have you eaten? I don't want to lie on one of those and then faint and then be like, oh, by the way, I actually lied, and, you know, I didn't eat and I'm not well, and, you know, like, I don't want to do that. So I haven't been tattooed since, like, late October, I think it was, the last time I had a tattoo done. It was my ring tattoo, and yeah, so I, like, there's so many tattoos I want, and I want to get my microblading, you know, touched up and done a bit darker, and I just can't do that. But I have messaged the lady that did my throat Botox, pretty much said, you know, the first dose worked a tiny little bit for a small amount of time, but it's not worked enough. I think I need a higher dose, so I'm just waiting for a reply for that, so fingers crossed I can get in sooner rather than later, but I know she has a pretty big wait list. And even though she's already seen me before, there's obviously a lot of people in front of me, you know, that have been booked for months in advance and what have you, so I don't know if I'll be able to do it anytime soon, but I'm hoping it's soon. Okay, a quick update. Since I've recorded this, I've actually had an email back, and the next appointment I can get is at the end of July. So I've got to wait a little while longer, unfortunately, but hey-ho. I hope it's worth the wait, because obviously I don't have a life for the minute, and I'm starting... I get bored, but I'm starting to get comfortable with it. Does that make sense? Like, I'm starting to be okay with the fact that I'm not doing anything, and I don't like that because I don't want to get better and then not want to do anything. It's just hard to explain, but like, I'm starting to get comfortable with my own company and my own misery. Does that make sense? Like, I'm sure someone out there can relate. I mean, I hate that you can relate, but I'm sure there's maybe someone out there that can relate, that you start to find comfort in your own misery. And that's what I'm feeling right now. I'm just like, you know what? This is my life. You know, if I'm destined to be, you know, a little hermit, then, well, whatever. What can I do about it? I'm just going to put some of this on my eyes. It's the Maybelline Colour Tattoo 24 Hour, and it's on and on bronze. This is just a nice, like, little shimmery bronze colour for the eyelids for this, like, bronzy look. I just basically scoop a little bit on my nail. I know it's disgusting, but I don't know how else to put this stuff on because it's cream. You know, like, how... do you I've put too much on, so I just kind of like mush it all over my eyelids. There's no science to it. I just do a little dib dab. It's more of like an ashy tone. I wish it was a warmer tone. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Like, I wish it was a bit more on the golden side than, but it's bronze is more ashy, isn't it? I don't know why I'm expecting anything else, to be honest with you. I don't understand why I said that. So yeah, health wise, I'm sad that I have no good news. And I do appreciate everyone that has been checking in on me, making sure I'm okay, you know, because obviously I didn't upload for a bit, but that's because I was feeling like crap. And I'm just going to say right out here that uploads are probably going to be incredibly awful for however long. I'm trying, all I can say is I'm trying my best, but it's... life is tough right now. That's all I can say. Like, I'm trying to be happy and cheery here. You know, like, there's days where I feel okay, but it's really taking a toll. I don't know, why am I picking this up? Why was I going to put more, like, freaking highlighter on, like I haven't already done that? I really can't be asked to put on much makeup today, I won't lie, because I was going to film another video after this, but I'm so thirsty. I know this is so fucking stupid, but I'm so thirsty. I need to drink, and I don't want to, like, get all, like, fully make-upped up and then drink and then feel absolutely awful, and then, like, I'm sitting around with a face full of makeup. It's just going to make me feel even worse, to be honest with you. You know, like, it's just a reminder that I'm a failure. So I might just do, like, mascara and some mouth situation and just leave it at that. I've been posting about this on Twitter and Instagram, but I have binge watched Vanderpump Rules, okay? It's a reality TV show if you're not aware of what it is, but it's just pure trash. It's amazing. And I tried to get into it a few times over the years because Lisa Vanderpump's in it, and to me, is an icon. She is just awesome. I love her, right? And she loves animals. She loves her dogs. I relate, right? But I could never get into it. But there's been this whole, like, scandal of, like, a big old affair happening. It's all I saw all over my timelines on every bit of social media that I'm on, because I follow quite a few people that post about The Real Housewives, which is another reality TV franchise that I'm just obsessed with. And then everyone was posting about it. I was like, oh, I was just getting FOMO, so I tried really hard to get into it. And then season 1 was a bit of a struggle for me to get into, but towards the end of it, I really got into it. But to get through 9.5 seasons, because we're on season 10, halfway through now, well, it's nearly over, it literally took me under, like, 2 months. I think it was just over a month. Like, that's a lot of hours, okay, that I put into that. But it was just such a good distraction for me. So it sounds so freaking stupid, but I'm so grateful that I had that to distract me in the past, you know, however long it's been. This is the Lottie Cheeky Kiss. It's like a blush and lip balm at the same time. And it's like this adorable little heart. And it's just like, oh, I don't know, I just really like the colour of it, the texture of it. You have to, like, pump it up, which is kind of cool. And it's just like this really cute, like, nudie, pinky, glossy colour. I don't know, I just really like it. The only bad thing about stuff like this, The shade of this is Swipe Bright, by the way, I think. At least, is it Swipe Bright? I don't know what the freaking shade of this is. Yeah, the only problem when you wear like glossy stuff like this, or like moisturising, it just comes off straight away. I hate that. Like, I've always been a matte liquid lipstick kind of gal, but in the past few months or so, I've been exploring the sort of glossy, creamy kind of vibes. I'm kind of into it, you know? I don't know why. That's pretty much my makeup done. I'm going to do a quick setting spray. What was I saying? But yeah, I'm just grateful that I had some trash TV to get me through the past few weeks or whatever. I know it sounds really sad, but whatever, you know, I know it's not, you know, deep or educational TV to be watching, but it's got me through some things, you know, like, it's so sad, but I was so grateful for the characters, they're like real people, but I was so grateful for the entertainment from these people, and now I'm obsessed with like the whole cast of freaking Vanderpump Rules, and now I'm listening to their podcasts. I went down a big rabbit hole basically, and because I've caught up with that and now I'm waiting for episodes to come out each week, which, oh my god, it's been a struggle because I've been like, what the hell do I watch now? You know, like, I've spent weeks with these people and now I miss them because I have to wait to see their faces. It's so sad. But now I'm re-watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because I've only watched that once all the way through, and it's been a while since I've watched it from the beginning, if that makes sense. So I'm rewatching that, and I miss Lisa because she was in seasons 1 to 9 of that. Other than that, what else do I watch? I do watch other things other than reality TV. Me and Tom watch Gogglebox. Our Saturday routine is we would watch Gogglebox and then Race Across the World, which is freaking amazing. But it's basically about these like 4 couples. There's like 2 father-daughter teams, and then there's a wife and a husband, 2 best friends, oh no, it's 5, sorry, and then there was brothers, and they basically have a budget and they have to race across a continent or whatever. This is the first season I've watched. There's 2 other seasons which I haven't watched, but I want to watch them, but they're in Canada, and I've always wanted to go to Canada. Like, I swear, whenever I feel better or I'm like cured of my ailments, I'm going to Canada. I do not care. I'm going. But yeah, they have like a small budget and they have to like hitchhike across Canada, and they have to get to certain checkpoints within a certain amount of time, and it's just so awesome, and I've really enjoyed watching it because, again, it's in Canada, and just to see all the beautiful scenery of Canada. So me and Tom's Saturday routine is watch Gogglebox, then Race Across the World, and then Catfish, because I don't know why we watched like new episodes of Catfish. Like, Tom is not much of a reality TV show kind of person, but he tolerates Catfish. He's like, yeah, I want to watch Catfish because it's just getting worse, isn't it? Like, the earlier seasons of Catfish compared to now, like, it just feels a lot more faker, a lot more set up, if that makes sense. But we just watch it, and we have recently got into Succession because I was seeing so much about it all over TikTok, and I was just like, oh, I want to give it a go. And I kept putting it off because it looked like one of those TV shows that you kind of have to pay attention to and watch, and it looked kind of slow burny, which it is, but it's so good. Oh my god, me and Tom are so into it. It took him a couple of episodes to get into it. I was into it from episode 1. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Tom was like, yeah, we'll keep giving it a go. And now he's so into it. It's the dark humour in it. Oh my god, the humour in it is freaking amazing. Like, you wouldn't expect a show like this to be funny, but it's really funny in places. I highly recommend it. No spoilers down below because me and Tom are we're nearly finished with season 2. We've got season 3 to watch, and then season 4 is the last one, I believe. So we need to obviously catch up to that. But yeah, I would love to know what you're watching at the moment because I am obviously looking for things to watch. I don't think I've got anything else to talk about. I think that's it. And yeah, I'm sorry it's not like much, but I didn't want to do too much with my face because I can already feel myself being so full of air from talking. So I'm just like, there's no point of putting too much effort in because I don't think I'm going to be able to film another video after this. I'm hoping that eventually we'll get back on track and I will feel at least a little bit better. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and being here and hanging out with me for a while. I appreciate you all so much. Like, I cannot ever put into words just how much I appreciate you. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna go. Bye.